Hello everybody, this is Janie from Graham's Backyard Living. Welcome back on this rainy, yucky, dreary day, but I want to show you what came in the mail today. I'm kind of excited about. I have my tripod that I've had for a while, but it's all catty-wonky because I'm missing a screw out of the bottom. Because I used this one time, it was out in the yard and Tyson went to attack me and I grabbed the first thing I can grab a hold of to swing at him, and I probably never did hit him with it, but I broke one of the legs on it, so I'm gonna have to get another one of those. But look at what came in the mail today. So we all know what time of year it is for this. I got this one, which is a 3x6, and it's with the grommets. I love it because it already has the reinforced corners in it, and this is for a door. So if this measures out good and looks good, I'm gonna get 2 more of them to go on the doors. But I like the stitching on it. Hopefully, you know, for, let's see, 2 years now, 2 winters, I did plastic and just stapled it down and everything, and that's fine. It's like well, at the time it was like $58 for a big roll of plastic, and that kind of took care of most of my coops. I have an added coop on that's gonna have to have some plastic done around the bottom, but I'll show you what else I got. Let me see if I can get this off here without shutting it off. It came in the mail this morning. So, ooh, it's dark in here. Turn on a light. So I got the clear tarps, and I got 6x10, and I've got 4. Let me see. Yeah, it's still, I haven't unpacked that out of the box. So I got some other stuff. So I got 4 of those that will go around, and initially you're going to ask, how expensive is that? Initially, yes. This is an expense. But hopefully with the grommets, and then I'm going to get some, when my husband calls me this afternoon, I'm going to have him get some washers. So you have a washer, and then the screw goes in the washer, and they screw on, and you can put them up every year at the end of the year. But it is a little bit chilly outside. I'm usually ahead of myself, or I do at least the back side when it's still a little bit warm. But I knew this was going to happen. I had said this, I think, in my previous films, that it's going to go from 80 degrees to 20 degrees in no time flat, which that's an exaggeration, but it's been warm and warm and warm. And then it started raining. So we were having rain off and on and stuff. So I didn't get a chance to do it. Usually I do the backside when it's still hot and I'm sweating. And then all I have to do is do the side and the front after it starts to cool off. But after it got cold outside, I got scared and I didn't want to leave my peppers out. So these were the last ones I cut off. I cut out these 4. You can see they're pretty good size. And I'm still processing bell peppers. I have a couple still left out. And I'm going to see if I can continue on with them and let them yellow, because I want some yellow ones. But today is basically laundry day. I'm doing laundry, cleaning up the kitchen, getting some dishes done. Just trying to stay out. I know it's probably... Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Good afternoon, Benny. Right now, it's 57 degrees Fahrenheit.
It says it's 57 degrees, but you know, whenever you're out here, it's not like that. It just feels chilly and cold. And I've been in the house working, so my cheeks are all flushed. But... yeah, I have to measure the door, and I'm going to have the door. And like I said, I usually do the back side first and then just leave. Oh, now we got sprinkles again. So I usually do just the back side and then leave it. But I'll show you, I don't know if you've ever noticed before in any of my other posts, because this right here This is the west, so when the sun sets on the west side, so I have a piece of, and there is that a bird in here? I thought there was a bird in here earlier. I don't know how it got in here. But this is a board. No, you're not going anywhere. Fiberglass board, and then I have tobacco shading, I guess is what you call it. So I have that up on the west side, and that tobacco shading, no air. Hey, Big Mama. I didn't let her out yesterday, and boy, she was mad at me. She pecked me yesterday because I wouldn't let her out of her little house. But so I cut that because no air would move through there whatsoever, and threw it over the back fence. But I'll be covering that back, and really, I'll have to see. I may do plastic over there, but like for this side and this front. And really, you know, I kind of get anxious because everything's getting cold, or you think it's getting cold. Well, here in Alabama, next week it could be in the 70s and 80s again. So I don't totally close off the chicken coop until a little bit later in the year. But for the people who, once it's cold, it's snowing, I've seen some snow pictures and stuff. Once it's cold and once it's snowing, it's a wrap. You all want to have your chicken houses closed up and wrapped up and put away for winter. But let me go in here. I'm going to show you. It's crazy how good these peppers look. Oh, there's a feather. That one's beautiful. They need to be putting on feathers instead of losing feathers right now. Some of them are looking so pitiful. Hey, my boy. What you doing, my snowbird? It's a pretty boy. Look at those spurs on that boy. You gonna talk to me? What? It's my pretty boy. Yes, and my pretty girls. One right there around the corner. But we're getting rained on, so it's probably gonna show it how. Oh, there he goes. We're gonna have little speckles on my film. But if you look here, let me show you. So I got some peppers coming on there. I got some nice, good-sized peppers right there. And I think as long as they stayed covered under this, I'm just gonna keep listening to the weather. Look at my my poblanos. And of course, there's some more of those hot wax peppers, which I really don't want any more of those, but some more poblanos. And they're looking awesome. My onions are looking really good. And I got shallots from seed. I planted shallots in here, and I've got some of my, oh, there's one uncovered. I've got to plant it. Some right there. And where I moved this planter and replanted that rosemary, it's all back up and looking good. My carrots are coming along good, and once we get a good freeze, all of those volunteer tomato plants will just die off. But here's back here my other little almost fell. There's my no heat jalapenos in there. Some more. And then, of course, banana peppers. And then this is that, what they call they're supposed to turn orange, but I don't know if they're going to be out here enough to turn orange. It's called a lunchbox pepper. I just cut them all up, all those cut up, and go in, I'm putting them in brine right now, and then they just go in the refrigerator. They stay nice and crunchy. Come on, boy, get out of the garden. Gotta go in. It's raining again. And I gotta make sure I close this fence off, or they'll be up there digging in that fresh. They'll be up there digging in the fresh beds. But if you haven't noticed, you're gonna challenge him? Get him, girl. Tell him you can't go on our run. But I have a piece of fiberglass right here that stays up there all year because when we have it just blocks the wind for them. And it's just stays there. And I don't have it totally closed off. There's one section there that was kind of weird. My husband never did get it closed off. But, okay, I'm talking. But I had a glass table right there. I put in that back. And a glass door I put in the back there. So when I closed it all off with plastic, and they can't really see through. Now, that used to be clear, but it looks awful right now. But like I said, I would close all that back off first. And then at some point, probably in December or something like that, I would go ahead and close the front. Now, this is going to be, this pen over here is going to be new for me this year. So if I have to cover this one in plastic, I'll cover it in plastic. But if you can see up underneath there, I'm going to do plastic up underneath there. And then see what I have in sheets for here. But like I said, I had those two glasses right there. I told my husband, so they can see out whenever they're covered in plastic. They can't never see out, or the sunshine comes in real good right there. So leave her alone. So just waiting to see. Put those in the house, let them warm up, because, well, it is chilly to me out here anyway. So I'm going to put those in the house, let them warm up, see if we have a day. Come on. See if we have a day that doesn't look like this and is a little bit more, a little warmer. I know we'll have more warm days off and on. So when it warms up, then we'll get all these wrapped and put on, and hopefully I'll film on that day so we're not getting rained on, so it's not that. See, they're out here enjoying their day and stuff, and they really don't care. Now, all these ones are smart. They'll go in. Now, the boy over there has started getting the girls to go in. Before, the girls would just stand out there and be soaking wet, and it looks like Scooter is kind of feeling his manlyhood because he's rushing at people and throwing his feathers up and stuff. So he's maturing out nicely. And here's a little girl, my $100 girl. She's just doing her thing out here while it's raining away. But you can see they're going up inside, and up inside their pen, I have water and food and stuff in there in that little run that they have. So they don't stay out here in the rain too much. See, they'll go inside and they'll come down on the inside and hang out underneath or hang out inside there. Look at, she's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? She thinks he's going to get some of her food. But one thing Snowboy has done, he's got his girls corralled in to where when it's bad weather and stuff, he don't like being wet. He's been stuck over there in that other pen and has never really been out in the weather. So he's like, you all get up in here when it's wet. This is the first time, before I'd either leave them locked up, all the wet in my hair. I would leave them locked up because they didn't have sense to get it in out of the rain. And then I'd have 2 or 3 of them that were sniffling and sick and having issues, respiratory issues. Don't know if that's a thing, but that's what I've had to deal with. So I would leave them locked up, but he gets them all together and makes them come in. And the same thing with the evening. He's used to going to bed. All them girls go up around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh gosh, that boy's over there digging in the mud, and he'll come running in the house with muddy feet. I'm gonna holler at him. Duke, stop digging. No. Get over here. I have to make him go out in the pool and wash his feet off. Let's see if that toy's out here. I have a rubber toy. Now that his feet are full of mud. Let's see where I have a rubber toy. And I'll make him go get it, and it'll clean his feet off. Here. You got to clean your feet off. Here. Go get it. Get it. Look at it. They all thought I was throwing something. Look. He'll get out there in the water. Look, when I said get it, they all think I'm throwing something out here for them. Oh my goodness. My goodness. See what you caused? Go get it. Go get it. Go get your toy. Clean them muddy feet off. Come on. Go get your toy. Get it. He loves playing on this pool cover. Now he don't want to go get it. Get your toy. And just like that, he gets his feet cleaned off. He cleans his feet off. And I don't have to fight with them or nothing. But all of them come running out when I threw that. Oh, gosh. I have nothing for you all. Get back inside out of the rain. And these ones over here did the same thing. They all come flying out of there and came running over here. Don't go back. Don't get in the mud. Come on. But that's how I get him to clean his feet off. So he's not tracking mud all over the house. A little bit of wet I can handle. But that Alabama clay, it'd be all in my white rug. It'd be crazy. But anyway, I just wanted to stop in and let you know what I was doing today. Bring those in the house. And as you can see, fireplace is coming on a little bit. But I'll let those warm up. And then at some point, we'll get out there and start covering that in the back. And as long as I have the drill and the grommets and the rings to go on there, we'll figure out something. And then those will be taken and put up. So, you know, it may take a couple of years before they pay for themselves. But I still have some of that like $58. I think it's $58 for I don't even know how much. It's a big roll of the plastic. But I like this so much better. You can see through it. The sunshine will be able to get in. I'll be able to see the chickens through it if there's any issues. I always had to go out there and go in each pen and check everybody when it was freezing cold. This way, I can look out there and see if, you know, the gate opened up or the door opened up and they were able to come out and check their food and water. And if I don't have to go in there, I'm not going to go in there. But other than that, that's just what I got in today. And I'm excited. I can't wait to get to work on that and get all that put up. And we also did, my husband, he did get a grommet. And another option you can do is get one of the grommet punchers, and it has a ton of grommets that come with it. And I don't remember how much he paid for it, but he got a grommet little, and it's just a little puncher. So you can start out with the roll of the plastic, and then just on the ends, cut it, and then roll the ends 2 or 3 ply, and then put grommets on it and see how long that will last you. That's probably what I'm going to do with this small house over here. Up underneath, I'm going to do the plastic and around the back. And if anywhere I need to do plastic, I'll do it in the back where I don't have to see that. And I need to see them in the front, then I'll have this clear plastic on there. We'll just see how it all pans out. And hopefully I can film it that day. It'll probably be a pretty long filming that day, getting all that figured out and get all that put up. So hope you all are having a wonderful day. Stay warm. Do some bread baking. I was thinking I was going to break it out and bake me a loaf of bread and get some bread baked and just getting all the laundry done, some house cleaning, and that's when I can get this done, when I'm forced to stay inside and I have to deal with it all. So you all have a wonderful, great day. And I would love for you all to subscribe if this is your first time visiting me, or visiting my channel and going on this journey with me. I work on what's going on in my backyard, my chickens. I have over 50 chickens. I have 3/4 of a backyard, and on a, what did I say? 20 by 60 space plus another 10 by 10 space. I do gardening. I do all my gardening. I can all my foods I eat as much as we can eat. I can. There'll be some exciting videos. I hope if you see above my head here, we do our own deer hunting. Let me see. Let's see if I can show you mine. Those are my husband's bucks. But this is my biggest buck right here. This one's mine. And then my other one right here, I'm drying some chili peppers out, so I gave her an earring. Gave him an earring, but that was my first buck that I got. But I hope to be filming some hunting this year and some of our hunting adventures. We rent some land from the International Paper Company, and I think we're at 3,500 acres, and I think we have 26 members. So hopefully this year I'll get out there and do some videotaping, and my husband usually gets a buck, and then I'll turn around and get a buck. We'll get a couple of does, and that'll fill our freezer for the year. If you saw, I did a video or pictures on it. I took all of I don't cook a whole lot, even though the back straps are wonderful, the tenderloins are wonderful, all of that, the roast, because I'm a bariatric patient, and I have, my esophagus is kind of, I've had issues with my esophagus. I've had to have reconstructive surgery and stuff, but my esophagus isn't quite that large, so I can't eat a whole lot of stringy meat or a whole lot of thick meat like that. So if you saw my last video or on I may have taken some pictures, I ground up so this time of year, because let's see, where are we at? Here in October, November 15th starts a rifle season. We'll start hunting, and usually it's not till December, January timeframe that we actually take a deer. But if we get a couple of does and a couple of bucks, or he gets a buck and I get a doe or two, that usually feeds us throughout the year. So I took all of the meats that I could wrangle up in the freezer, and I'm trying to be better about being more organized, having trays to put everything in and be more organized, so I know where I can find everything. So I pulled out all the meats, ground it up, because burger just sits with me better. I made hamburgers, and then I had beef fat. So I added from a local farmer. So I added beef fat into the deer meat, ground it all up, made pound and a half packages. And I've got one out today. Either I'm going to make a meatloaf, and this time of year, I've got so many bell peppers, I'm trying to figure out, do I want to make fajitas? When he went to a friend's up in Mississippi this last weekend, and he was given some sausage, some wild pork sausage. So you want to see wild pigs. I don't know if you got a lot of wild pigs, but down there in Mississippi, they got a lot of wild pigs. So he got some ground sausage that he sent. So either I'm going to make fajitas tonight with bell peppers and onions and all the goodies and that sausage, or I'm going to make a meatloaf with the ground burger that I pulled out. So I pulled out both of them. I'm going to sit here and decide what I want to do, how much work I want to put into it. But I just want to thank you all for following me, and that's kind of a rundown on the content that I try and add to my channel. And if there's something else you want to know about or see, I try and show people how, we're in the country, but this is kind of suburb living where I don't have a whole lot of space in my backyard, and my husband doesn't let me touch the front yard. I got the side yard this last year. But you can preserve, you can grow, eat it fresh if you don't can or anything. You can do all that with not a whole lot of space, not a whole lot of backyard, and you don't need all of that, 50 acres, even 5 acres. I have 3/4 of an acre back here. I have 50 chickens, and I have my spaces that I grow in raised bed gardening. So if that's something that interests you, that content, and if there's anything else you want to know about how I'm gardening, how I'm preserving, probably when it's days like this and more in the winter, I've got tons of tomatoes in the freezer. I'm going to do some more sauces, some more salsas, some more. I got a lot of these chili peppers that are hanging on the vine right now. I'll pull them in. I'm going to get them in the freezer and get those froze. I pull all those out. I roast them together, blend them up, and make salsas, make like sriracha, like just to go on steaks or go on something, just to give you that little bit of kick. I think you can just about eat any kind of plain meats and stuff as long as you have a little extra condiment to go on them. It's wonderful. So if that's content that interests you, follow along, subscribe. I want to grow my channel. I basically started out doing this just so my grandkids can know what their crazy grandma is doing the last part of her years after I've retired. I don't get to see them a whole lot. They're all off doing their own thing. But that would have been so neat for me to have, like, look at, people were talking about I was taking pictures with the antlers in the back of my head. But people were talking about, my grandkids, I was trying to get back on track here. My grandkids, so they'll know what I was doing with the later part of my life and what I was doing, with chickens and with growing and stuff like that. It would have been neat to have some stuff like that, from my mother or anybody else. But now we have the technology to do that, and that's kind of basically what I wanted to do. But now I love visiting with you all. I love letting people know what I'm doing, and if I can help anybody in their gardening journey or their homesteading journey, I like to share, my experiences. And so if that's something that interests you, subscribe and pass the word around and invite other people, have them come check out my channel. And I'm going to end it right here, and I will catch you in the next video. Have a great day.